Yo, what's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the Y3 and Palace collaboration set to drop this Friday, November 11th. So I think this is a really cool collaboration, one that was kind of unexpected. But if you guys are new to the channel, I make streetwear content 2 to 3 times a week, covering Palace, Supreme, kith drops, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. But anyways, getting into these pieces. So the first items we have here is a puffer jacket, which is reversible. So as you guys can see here, one side has the flowers, got that floral all over print look going on, and then the other side is just flat black. I have to say, I don't really like the floral imagery on this one. I feel like it looks better just flat black. Moving on, we have another reversible jacket. I think this one is beautiful. So as you guys can see here, the first side is your classic bomber jacket style, very reminiscent of a traditional Japanese bomber jacket, but with a little bit of a twist on the artwork. So I do think they incorporated more modern art styles into this traditional Japanese style bomber jacket, which I think worked really well. I like how they have the Yoji, the Y3, and the Palace branding all wrapped into one, but it's not over the top and the design isn't like too in your face. It still works for the jacket in my opinion. And then the other side is more of a quilted traditional Adidas type of jacket. So as you guys can see here, the middle torso part is quilted, the sleeves are raglan, and then the sleeves also have the Adidas stripes going down them. So I think this jacket is really clean. I'm not too big of a fan of bomber jackets anymore. I was in the past, but I think this one was done really well. Next we have the coach's jacket, which is one of my favorite pieces from this collaboration. I think this piece was executed beautifully. As you guys can tell, it has that Greg Lauren type of thing going on where it has two materials sewn together to create a jacket. We've got the traditional coach's jacket in black with the added material of this plaid. The blue plaid looks really good on top of this black, and then I love the way that they incorporated the plaid into the logo or the branding on the back of it. I think that was done really well. Overall, I'm a big fan of this piece, and I really like the pants of this style too. As you guys can see here, it's pretty much just the same exact thing, just in pants form. So again, we've got the blue flannel design there on the bottom of the leg, and then we have the branding above it with the plaid worked into it. So yeah, both of those pieces are beautiful. Next we have a zip up jacket. This is definitely more of a rain type of jacket. It looks like gonna keep you dry in most situations. I don't really love this jacket, but I don't mind it either. I don't like the color. I think that's why I don't really like it. But other than that, I think the jacket is pretty solid, pretty clean and simple, nothing too much going on here. You've got a lot of pockets, which is nice. I like that the zipper is a little bit lighter than the rest of the jacket, and then the Y3 branding on the back, which is pretty standard for a Y3 piece. Next we have this blazer type of item. It's almost like a mix between a blazer and a cardigan. The reason why I say that is because the cuffs are more of a cardigan type of style, but the jacket really does just look like your typical blazer. Other than that, I don't think this is an item a lot of Palace customers will be going after super hardcore. I think it's a little bit out there for most Palace wearers. And then on the back we have the little flower design too. I don't like that touch. I just don't like the way that those flowers look. And then moving on, we have pants to match those tops. So as you guys can see here, they've got like double knee actions going on. The cuffs at the bottom of the pants you can tighten with drawstrings, it looks like. And then we've got some more pockets up here. I'm gonna have to see these on person before I make my final decision on whether I like them or not. I feel like they're gonna be really baggy, but they're nothing that's like super eye-catching in the first place, so not really feeling those ones too much either. Next we have 3 tracksuits, and these are gorgeous in my opinion. So they've all got the same imagery on the back and on the front. So it's just got the little Y3 there on the chest, it's got the 3 stripes going down the sides, and then the back has this artwork. And like I said, I didn't really like the flower artwork in this collection, but I think it works really well here. I think the use of other imagery in the design added a lot to it, just made it work a lot better. I really like the font that they chose, and I like the pastel kind of circles that they've got backing up the image. I think this is a really cool design. I really like that imagery, and you can never go wrong with an Adidas tracksuit. It's always going to be super clean. I think the bottoms are super clean too. I don't really love this blue and red colorway. I don't think it's bad. It's just harder to wear than the other colorways. This white one is beautiful, and the imagery on the black one is super cool too. So yeah, I thought they knocked these tracksuits out of the park. Here we've got what I'm going to call the skeleton sweater. I'm not sure what the actual name is here, but it does look like on the left sleeve they've got that skeleton arm going down, which is interesting because typically when you see like one arm with the skeleton look, it's kind of all over. It's like an all over body thing. So I kind of do enjoy this, just having the one arm skeletonized. I don't even know. I'm just making stuff up up out here now, but I really like this piece. I think it is a solid variation from the normal skeleton items that we see. Next, we've got a soccer jersey. These ones are alright. I'm not too big of like a soccer fan. I feel like this is pretty straightforward though. Looks like most soccer jerseys these days. I don't really love the flower here. I don't think it serves as much as a purpose as it does like on those tracksuits. So yeah, I don't know. These are alright, not something that I would get. Then we've got 3 hoodies. I think these are really nice. Y3 does a good job with their logos. I really like the gradient look we have here, and then I like the imagery that we have here, like kind of overlaying the text. I really like the way that that looks. Just kind of changes it up from just flat text and adds a lot to these pieces in my opinion. And then on the front we just have the Y3 branding on the right chest, the Tri-Ferg logo on the left chest. So yeah, pretty simple, but definitely like a staple of this collaboration. Very straightforward, you know what it is, but it's not super in your face either. And they did make the Y here a little bit more three-dimensional, kind of like the Tri-Ferg logo, so that was another nice detail that I didn't really catch till I zoomed in. Next we have these striped short sleeve tees. These aren't bad, but I don't really like the colorways. I feel like the colorways could have been better. I do like the Y3 imagery, especially with the gradient. I think that's a nice touch. I think this blue, white, and green one is the best of the 3. But yeah, I just wish they had better color options, or I wish like the gold here was gold on the stripes. The green, I think that green is just kind of ugly, but that's just my opinion. So all the pieces that are that color in this collection, I haven't really been feeling that much, but it's not really so much the design as far as it is the color. Here we have some crushers or some bucket hats. Pretty simple. It just says Y3. It's got some little imagery or like design going on the sides of it. It does look like that's on both sides, so it is a symmetrical design. I'm not sure if there's any Palace branding on it. I would imagine there has to be. Maybe on the back there's like a Tri-Ferg or something. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like these pieces are kind of bare. I don't think they're bad though. Next we have a camp cap. I think these ones are really cool. I obviously like the black one more than this green one. Like I've said, I don't really love that green, but I think the green actually works pretty well here. But anyways, there's like a Palace applique box logo kind of sewn into the top of the brim. Then we just have the Y3 branding, and I'm not sure what material this is. It does look like a pretty interesting material. It's going to be a little bit like stretchier, I imagine, and going to be probably waterproof just based on how it looks. But it is your typical camp cap style other than the Palace branding we have here. So I don't love camp caps, but I think these are pretty solid for what they are. Here we have a skull cap, and I think this image here is the flower that's been in the rest of the images, but it's blown up, so it's a little bit harder to tell what it is. Overall, I think this looks pretty cool. I don't know any situation in which I would wear a skull cap, so I'm not sure how many people will be buying these, but I do think it looks pretty cool. And then as you can see here, I'm not 100% sure, but it does look like it will have the 3 stripes on the back, just based on that little sneak peek that we have there of the back of this skull cap. So I would imagine that there will be 3 stripes on the back to notify you that it is for sure an Adidas collaboration. Similar to that skeleton sweater, we have this beanie where we have like the skeleton hand kind of coming up. I think this is pretty cool. I do wish there was more branding on it though, so I'm curious to see if there is any Y3 or Palace branding on this once we get more images of it. But regardless, I think that's a pretty solid piece. Next we have what is definitely my favorite beanie. I think these ones are really, really cool. So I am assuming that these are the same beanie. Keep that in mind. I don't know that for sure, but strong assumption there. I do think they're the same beanie. We've just got the Y3 there on the front with the 3 stripes, and then on the back we have the Palace. I really like the way this looks. Definitely clean. I really love this beanie. I'm not too big on beanies, but I love the way this one was executed, and it's my favorite beanie I've seen in a while. Here we've got some Adidas shoes. I'm actually not sure what the silhouette is called for these. I don't know how I feel about these. I think they're kind of ugly, but they're almost so ugly that they're cool, if that makes sense. These kind of remind me of like AI shoes from when I was a kid. I like the front of them. I wish the back end was a little bit different though, and I really hate the imagery on these ones. Those ones are bad. I think the black and the green ones are okay. These look like shoes you see on an Instagram page of someone who's been selling custom sneakers for like 2 weeks, and they just buy stencils and kind of spray paint them. So yeah, these were really bad in my opinion, but the other colorways are alright. Then we have a shoulder bag. This is pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. It's got that metallic look going, which is kind of nice, but other than that, Palace Y3 branding on there. Pretty simple, pretty solid if you need a shoulder bag, but I don't know, nothing special. And then to wrap it all up, we have the Y3 Palace Adidas soccer ball. pretty solid. If you're a big soccer guy, this one's gonna be really nice for you. And if you like Palace and Adidas, I would imagine you probably are into soccer. I would like to see Palace get more into accessories like Supreme. I feel like Supreme like has them on lock. They do so many cool accessories, but it is cool to see Palace kind of reaching out there and starting to do more accessories. So hopefully they do more. This soccer ball is a good start. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about getting down below. Do you think these pieces are cool? Do you think they're trash? And as more pieces come out for the drop list for this week for Palace, I probably will make another video depending on how many pieces come out. It might not be a ton. I feel like this is a pretty full week for them. So I am curious to see how many more pieces, if any pieces, will be dropping alongside these. But I will make a video on it. So if you guys are interested, make sure to stay tuned for that. But if you guys have watched the video to this point, I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.